So Obama has some really strong words right now about defund the police. Why do you think, I just want to start with this. We can put the clip up in a second of what he said, but why do you think Obama is so adamant about chiming in about topics that, frankly, it seems like the Democratic Party is doing all that work, and defund the police to me it does seem like a leftist issue. Is he just there to kind of divide the left and divide, the any sort of African American support or BLM support? Jordan, what do you think is going on with Obama?
Well, I think Obama likes to be smarter than everyone. He likes to tell the left that he does. He likes to tell the left, you guys need to get in line. You need to, trust us, the experts, the people who work for Bob Rubin and the people who bailed out Citicorp. He likes to be the expert in those sorts of things. He likes to tell, like he said elsewhere in his book, that rap music is all about bling, and maybe in 2001 that was the case. He's very out of touch, but he likes to be the smarter guy. I don't understand why he thinks that criticizing defund the police, and he's already gotten pushback from Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman, and a whole lot of people.
Let's put those tweets up. I think we have them ready for Cori Bush.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I don't know why he thinks that's going to make a difference to the people who said that. If it did cost some Democrats their seats, these Democrats weren't going to do anything about the police anyways. And so what do the activists care? Why would they care? They're actually making a difference in a lot of cities. A lot of cities are, they're changing the way they fund things. They're diverting funds. Austin is happening a lot of places. So Obama, I don't know if he likes to pick on people. He likes to be the smarter guy, but now he's just out of touch. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It seems like he's out of touch. That was my first take on it. But let's play the clip really quick of Obama.
You can use a snappy slogan like defund the police, but you've lost a big audience the minute you say it, which makes it a lot less likely that you're actually going to get the changes you want done. But if you instead say, let's reform the police department so that everybody's being treated fairly, divert young people from getting into crime. And if there's a homeless guy, maybe we send a mental health worker there instead of an armed unit that could end up resulting in a tragedy. Suddenly, a whole bunch of folks who might not otherwise listen to you are listening to you. So the key is deciding, do you want to actually get something done, or do you want to feel good among the people you already agree with?
Simon, this reminds me of when Hillary Clinton was like, I'm a progressive who gets things done.
Yes, it's this idea of quote unquote pragmatism, which it's just another way to squash progressive fights, like he says that this is an issue of messaging so that he doesn't have to admit that he actually doesn't support the specific policy proposal of actually cutting funding for police departments. He talks about, reforming police departments so that I don't remember what he just said, but it didn't have anything
so they just wash off the racism, just wash it off. All they have to do is just take a bath, hold hands, sing Kumbaya. That's the reform, and it's all better, guys. It's not like there's an organization of racism happening. Go ahead, Jordan.
The thing is that people started doing this and started being activists and started fighting against this because nothing was changing under a lot of Democrats. Democrats run these cities. It's not as if Minneapolis is Republican. Los Angeles is not Republican. Their mayor there may act like a Republican, but he is not a Republican technically. New York City certainly not a Republican city, not run by Republicans anyways. And so if Democrats actually did something about these things, they wouldn't have to worry about these hashtags and these slogans hurting them. And again, I don't know that they hurt them, but if you actually get your job done and you're actually helping people and you make a difference and you stop your cops from murdering people with impunity on the street, you won't have to worry about a little bit of, inconvenient messaging during your campaigns.
It's interesting you mentioned Minneapolis. 54% of Americans thought that burning down the precinct of the Minneapolis Police Department after the murder of George Floyd was justified. Paging President Obama. I think that's a more aggressive stance than defund the police. I do want to talk about this just a little bit more because it seems like the Democrats' message about this campaign was just about that message. It was the progressive message that made the margin between, which we started off the show with, Joe Biden and Donald Trump down to 40,000 votes versus the 80,000 that divided Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in 2016 with swing states. It was just the message, it was the progressive message. Simon, you know, you've been an organizer. I listen to what Obama is saying, and I'm listening to what these Democrats are saying. And I'm like, oh, you guys aren't organizers. Have you knocked on a lot of doors? Because, you know, you meet people where they are. Yeah, there can be, you can ostracize folks with certain messages, but if you're trying to expand, it's about educating through that message. Was that your experience when you were on the Bernie campaign and going out into communities that may have been foreign to Bernie socialism?
Absolutely. I mean, you heard the same thing that Obama is just talking about now about the issue being the message was the same as what a lot of people were saying during the primaries about Medicare for all. Like, this is an alienating phrase. Like, maybe we should talk about universal health care. We should talk about something that's a little less specific than actually nationalizing health care. But when I'm door to door talking to working class people, you know, I start by asking, this is any organizer is going to do the same thing, right? You start by meeting people where they're at, right? Listening to their problems, what's their experience with the healthcare system? Not great, right? And then you can explain to them how this is actually going to help them. Specific because and this is the root of it, and Cori Bush pointed it out in that tweet that you showed, is that defund the police, much like Medicare for all, is not a slogan. It is an actual policy demand. And that is what is being, I think, intentionally obscured in these sorts of complaints, because you know, Barack Obama has this incredible platform, right? Like, he has so many people who love him and listen to him, and he could be using that space to actually educate people on why policing in the United States results in all of this tragic violence.
He also has an organization called My Brother's Keeper, which he founded after, I think, or maybe while he was in office, to specifically address Black and brown communities and men. But again, it puts the burden on the individual rather than the system. Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.